GLUE showed a lot of strength within a longer term bearish trend. Today is Monday, the 15th of September, 2025. The extrapolation is saying that strength is going to remain the strength that it has just been demonstrating or demonstrated. It's expected to remain in place up till Wednesday, the 17th. Wednesday the 17th, and then after that, it might be a brief contraction for the next two trading sessions, and then after that, it will be the resumption, if you like. The contraction will be more slanted to the upside and may remain that way up till the 23rd of October. That's a long time to come. Highly unlikely that it will turn out like this. Maybe higher prices, possibly. Given what you're going to hear now about the company.
Monte Rosa Therapeutics is trending after announcing a high profile licensing agreement with Novartis, a deal that could ultimately be worth billions if development milestones are achieved. The partnership centers on advancing molecular glue degraders, a cutting edge class of therapies designed to selectively target and eliminate disease driving proteins. This collaboration not only validates Monte Rosa's platform in the eyes of one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world, but also raises speculation about the company's long term strategic trajectory. Community discussions are buzzing with interpretations of the deal's impact on Monte Rosa's valuation, with some traders suggesting the news could significantly re rate the stock. The relatively small float is also drawing attention, as many believe it could act as a catalyst for outsized price swings, particularly if momentum builds and short sellers are pressured into covering. Talk of a potential short squeeze is circulating, adding fuel to retail interest. At the same time, investors are weighing possible future buyout scenarios, with some speculating that Novartis' involvement could be an early step toward an eventual acquisition. On the technical side, traders are analyzing consolidation patterns to gauge whether the stock might be setting up for another breakout. Still, a layer of caution persists in discussions as community members recognize the risks inherent in biotech, from clinical and regulatory hurdles to execution challenges that could impact the ultimate value of the partnership.
Okay, so projections, we have 7.26, 6.83, but we know that it printed an intraday high of 9.15. We'll take that as a projection, and it's not a calculated one. It is actually a real one. It has actually happened. The probabilities of it retesting it is there. It's surely most certainly there. Most certainly, maybe not up to 50%. But it has actually done that. So there's a chance that it can still retest it. So we have here on this daily chart, price pressure momentum for the 10 and 21 day moving averages are robust. However, we have negative derivatives indicating that maybe there's a good chance it may not continue to print higher prices in the interim. Maybe that's why we have an extrapolation that is saying that it's going to decline by Thursday, yeah, by Thursday and Friday. So I don't exactly know where. Yeah, maybe yeah, that's what we're looking at. But what we know, I also know for certain is that new positions are being opened. You know, uh, the aggression with which new positions have been opened is also high. You can even clearly see that the stock was even showing this trend actually began in early August, but today it took a different turn. So um, will it impact? For now, it may not have impacted. It's some of these underlying trend it hasn't really done so. It looks like it hasn't really done much to it, but we'll see in the coming days if that is going to be the case. We can just quickly glance at the 4 hour chart. Okay, the extrapolation here on the 4 hour chart is saying it's going to be a consolidation, proper one, with a slight bias to the downside. There's no guarantee that that will be the case at all. Let's see what we have down here. Price pressure momentum is also robust, strongly bullish. Let's see whether we can validate some of the projections. This 9.15. Let's see whether it has any previous projections to that side to such a level. Okay, none. We could have go back to the weekly chart. The essence of the weekly chart, I'm thinking, is we have observed that the extrapolations we use are usually good up to the 1 to 3 data points, or 1 to 3 extrapolations. By that I mean, if this is the weekly chart, the extrapolations is once every Monday. So the essence of looking at this weekly chart is, since it has a pattern of accuracies, highest, closest to the prevailing price. So it's the high the extrapolation. If the extrapolation is saying that by tomorrow it's going to decline, it's highly this data accuracy is usually better than maybe what is going to happen maybe after 7 days. That's why we're looking at this, because it gives us the weekly charts obviously gives us an indication of what's going to happen every week. So, but unfortunately, we don't have any extrapolation here. It doesn't have enough data. So we don't have. The good thing is here is that we have projections that are even way beyond 9.5. Yeah, 9.15. We have this is as of this year, March of this year. We have 12.96, 15.94, 17.78. So we don't have any of those. We'll just go back to the daily chart and have a look at the market grid to give us an indication of the sort of range it's expected to trade. We could equally do that on the weekly chart. So, but let's get the daily chart first. Okay, so given the strength it has printed today, it is trading way outside of its market grid, so not fantastic. It's not. We can't. Some might say yes that because of this, it's going to come back into the grid naturally, but it may. Remember, this is the news that you just heard now with its agreement with Novartis. That's good. That's some fundamentally good news. Some people might bet that it's not coming back. It's not pulling back anything. It's just going to consolidate or probably even continue to print high prices. Gradually. Some might say, yeah, that this is the readout was actually saying re-rating the stock. So the point I'm trying to make is that some might say it's going to pull back into the grid, and maybe if it doesn't, then the grid will expand to accommodate it, and you know that may well be what may happen. So let's have a look at the 4-hour chart. It may have yeah, you can see here the market grid has expanded to accommodate what's going on, so it's going to give us a better picture, whereas against when it's trading right outside of the grid, you get an impression that it may pull back or those sort of things. Okay, so here we have the stock is at 6.64. So it's trading, and it's just neutral at the moment, quite neutral at the moment. So it may well test some of this supports all the way down to 4.7, 4.72, or may attempt to retest the highs of 9.14. This almost corresponds to this intraday high. So we can see here, we can say that this is validated with what we have here. Yeah. So yeah, it's more encouraging here, a better picture here. It can gives you a range of prices. So it could also be, this could be sort of the prices. This consolidation that has been extrapolated may touch some of these prices. Let's see what we have here. It says 6.55. Okay, 6.55 will be somewhere above. Yeah, 6.55 will be somewhere. So yeah, in any case, it just gives you an idea, of the sort of range it's been calculated that it can trade within. So nothing stops it from resuming the uptrend and be testing 7.44 and even towards 9.15 again. So yeah, just have a look and see what you make of GLU, and I'll continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.